Hi guys, welcome to State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 243, Technical Analysis Edition. Now, if you're catching this from live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. Links in the description, guys. So it's a link to the articles we cover here on the stream. Fortunately, no links tonight. There will just be the technicals. It is Saturday. I want to spend time with my family, so I didn't even look at the news today, to be honest. So I was just basically getting my kids to sleep. So we're just going to jump head on onto the technicals, right? No news today. Hey, Bitcoin Jake, how's it going, man? Thank you for joining us. Troy, how's it going, man? Thank you for being here as well. Alrighty, cool. So let's move on to the screen. Happy Saturday, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. And yeah, man, I actually grilled. I grilled some meat tonight on the barbecue. So yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I hadn't done anything like that in a while, so... Oh, well, that's a lie. I did ribs about, 2 weeks ago. It just feels like a long time when I don't grill often, so... yeah, I mean, COVID is really... I cannot go out and be buying charcoal all the time and doing the meat, etc., right? So some, nice meat. Had some, good tacos with good salsa, and it was really, really good food, man. Awesome. Anyways, let's jump onto the technicals, right, and figure out what's happening with the cryptosphere. But first, let's change this track because it sounds like something from the 20s. Bitcoin Jake, Elon Musk only owns 0.25 Bitcoin, and crypto Twitter tried to explain Bitcoin to J.K. Rowling. All right, well, that's unfortunate for Elon Musk, right? But I mean, he has so much dough, man. He probably doesn't really care about Bitcoin. My question to him would be, does he own any other crypto assets? And J.K. Rowling, do I really care if Harry Potter is going to produce a Bitcoin? Not really. I mean, that's the only thing I can, basically just relate her to, right? The Harry Potter series. So I don't think she's going to be much there, right? So, I mean, maybe she's going to teach Harry Potter how to, do a Bitcoin spell. So what's happening? Yesterday, money flowing into the cryptosphere, 1.17%, approximately $2.94 billion. Today, money still flowing in, 1.05%, $2.68 billion, sitting at $257.2 billion. Now, we have not moved much, right? We moved slightly to the upside on market cap. Like we said, it could have been a slow weekend, and I was kind of actually looking for a slow weekend. I want to take things easy, and usually on the weekends also articles are a little bit more lacking, so I don't do. I'm gonna try to just on the weekends I might just do technicals unless someone sends me an article and says, look, man, you gotta check this out. Otherwise, I think Saturdays and Sundays is gonna be technical nights, right? It gives me a little bit more, since I don't have to prepare the news or read through the articles and sift through the news. It gives me a little bit more time to spend with my family, and I want to do that on the weekends, right? You done the weekend? I do weekend, right? I'm here every day, but on the weekends I want to spend a little bit more time with my kids. And if I don't do the news, it gives me an extra hour or two. So right, I get to put them to bed, and then I get to play with them a little bit and a little bit more because Saturdays and Sundays I play with them more. But I do want to spend time with them. So I think Saturdays and Sundays is going to be technicals. Unless, like I said, someone sends me an article or something really amazing is happening on the cryptosphere that it's a must that we talk about. Otherwise, we can talk about news on the week and then just the weekends do technicals, right? I mean, on the week we'll also do technicals, but, just only technicals on the weekend. Anyways, like I said, it was probably going to be a slow weekend. We're gaining market cap, not a lot. Still have 20 hours and 52 minutes to go. What is happening with Bitcoin dominance? Yesterday it lost 0.27%, but today it's gaining it, right? We were slightly at the same height, but right now we're gaining dominance 0.25, sitting at 67.97% of market cap, and I want to see this lower, man. I really want to see this below 20 and going lower. Usually Bitcoin performs better with lower market cap. The price of Bitcoin at $9,506.67. Have I gone back in? Nope. I'm still waiting to open that position that I closed. I'm still holding some Bitcoin, but I told you guys I exited at 9,000. What was it, man? I do have it somewhere around here, 9,530, right? I usually try to forget my plays. That way I don't have to like be looking at them and just be hitting myself in the head every time. That's usually how I do trading, right? I set up my trades. I hadn't explained any of my trades until recently. And for me, trading is one of those things that you execute, you're out, and then that's it. You don't look back. Because if you look back, then you start looking at all those what if I would have held a little bit more, what if I would have exited earlier, what if I would have gone in again at this price, what if I added to my position here. If you keep on looking back and you don't execute your plan, all you're going to do is just reinforce bad behavior, right? And bad trading behavior. And what you want to do is stick to your plan. You don't want to mess, if your plan is working, you don't want to mess it up by reinforcing negative trading negative trading well, I wouldn't call them techniques, but negative trading behaviors, like looking back and say, man, I should have, because next time, instead of going out where you wanted to go out, you're gonna say, you remember last time when I should have gone out, or when I went out at this time, but I should have waited a little bit more. Maybe I will wait a little bit more now. And that's when you start getting screwed, and the market will correct you, right? The market will correct you hardcore. You can lose a lot of money, or take a big hit. And that's why I generally don't look back. And since I don't look back, I just forget what I've traded at. But since we've been tracking the ins and the outs, I've just been writing them out here on this like small ticket, right? Since I started talking about them, that way I can have like my backup here while I'm live. I don't like to have the exchanges open with my accounts while I'm doing this. So I do have at least this out, and then I had this one. I was logged in. I just logged me out again at South Exchange, right? So sorry about that. Anyways, let's talk Bitcoin, right? What's happening with Bitcoin? Yesterday we went slightly up, 0.76. I mean, we did get a nice up. We did hit that 9,600 level, right? 9,594. From then we rejected. We moved down. Right now we're moving up again. But again, 9,515. My exit was at 9,530. I told you guys, if I go in, I might just lose the trades of going in and out at the same amount. So 9,530. And right now, I'm really not, it's not looking like I want to open my position yet. And we'll look at that in the 1 hour, though. Right now, it's too early to call because I haven't looked at the shorter time scales. And I haven't really looked at the market today because none of my alerts have gone off. So we're sitting bought on the RSI at 68.66. By the way, Bitcoin Jake made $100 today on longing. And he made up his loss of the other day. And he really should short sometime because instead of only longing. Yes, man, I do agree. But you got to know when to short. And you can also get liquidated depending on what leverage you're using. Alrighty. So, that being said, music stopped playing for some reason. Alright, let's play this, I guess. Alright, so that's it for Bitcoin, right? Not a lot happening, gaining a little bit. Nothing on the technicals. Low, higher point, low, less, negative momentum, less negative momentum, low on the RSI, higher, right? Really not doing anything. If anything, we're just starting to tighten on a range, right? We're making lower highs than the previous highs, and we might start making higher lows than the previous lows, and start making this symmetrical triangle that could break either way, right? Anyways, that's it for this. On the daily, we're going to move on to the 4 hours and see what's happening there. And of course, I'm going to go and look at the other charts and see where we hit, right? What did we hit? Where are we sitting at? Look, beautiful, right? We know we had a resistance here at 9,565 on this chart on Bitstamp. We went slightly above it and rejected. Right now, we did go up. The high was 9,555. I do have it at 9,565, so $10 off. It's not a lot, right? Considering that we're talking about thousands of dollars on Bitcoin. So it's still within a very reasonable percentage of, we could technically say that we hit it and we rejected, right? Even if I zoom in, it still looks like we hit it. So again, $10 off, not a lot. What I expect, if we reject this and fail to go higher than 9,565, we could be potentially doing a U-turn and come here, hit the 20. If we move down to the 20 today, we do have the support of the 20, and then we have the support of the 786 at $9,087, right? So again, that being at $9,088, the 20. So again, very, very quick, right? You had multiple bearish signals 2 hours before that huge drop the other day. You should have listened. Yeah, Maybe, man. I was looking at the market. We created this bearish divergence. I was looking at it when it was going live, and I was like, man, I'm going to get out. And I set up my area of exit, and I just executed where I wanted to exit, right? I was willing to write it down for a little bit because we could have hit this area of 9,560 and maybe get a bounce. And I think on the 1 hour, we were very close. And we'll revisit that. I think we were close to 20 as well. And I think we didn't. We managed to, like, lose the 20, so we didn't held it. And that's what potentially moved us down. And again, that's why I decided to go out a little bit later than I should have. Because we could have had support and maybe get a bounce, right? And the divergence wouldn't have played out. Because we know we're bullish. We're above the 200 simple moving average. We're above the 200 exponential moving average, I think, still. And we are above that 618. So again, we are good on Bitcoin, right? We're not looking too bearish. Although there is still sentiment out there that the market can go down. And we know post-halving, usually markets go down. So that's stuff that we consider when we trade, right? Anyways, on this other chart, we didn't get close to at 9,650. Let's go to the 4 hours, right? Let's look at what's happening here. Sorry, I'll switch charts real quick. I'll look at this one. We call this divergence, right? Action to the downside. I was tracking this when I was off the air, and from then on, you know, we moved down, right? That was we kind of hit the spike. Then we knew we could have still gone down. We did. Again, I exited somewhere around this area at 9,530. So again, very up here still, more or less where we're at right now. From then on, move down. Negative momentum, less negative momentum than back here. So low, higher, low, right? Negative, less negative, being congruent. Low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Nothing really to call here, right? Nothing really to call here on the 4 hours. Again, it looks like we just hit this spot on and then moved down, but we didn't. We were like 10 bucks off. So that being said, I'm gonna move on to the 1 hour chart. So there's nothing here. Oh, sorry, I didn't call it. Neutral on the RSI at 56.13. The 1 hour, man. Let's look at the 1 hour. By the way, I trimmed my beard today. It was very long, man. It was like starting to get itchy, particularly with the mask when I had to go out. I had to wear like the you know, like, yeah, like those white masks, and like it just got so condensed and like itchy, man. So I just, you know, I just had to trim it. Shame. I really like the way it was growing. So anyways, it'll grow again. So what's happening here? Low, higher, low, negative momentum, less negative momentum, low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Nothing bullish. High, lower high. Are we doing 1091, 989? So again, going slightly less here. Now we're going higher on the price, and we're obviously going much higher here. So we don't have anything. We just have regular market motion, right? But look at this. Remember how I told you back here we lost that 20? We lost the 20, right? And then we managed to break, right? So here I was waiting for this to hold the 20. That would have been my potential first exit at 9,673. And if I would have gone to this chart, I would have had almost immediate support there at 9,650, which we broke. And then I said, look, we do have this other one that it has been playing a little bit stronger off this chart, 9,565. Maybe I should wait for this to hit. And if we manage to lose it, then I'll exit. And as you can tell, we did lose it, and that's when I exited that, right? That was my strategy, and I even posted it on the Discord. I said, guys, I'm going out on Bitcoin because it's not looking good, right? Let's play something else. Let's see here. Right, then we had bullish. We tried to rally, failed. Right, we're making another attempt, right? And we're failing to break above that 9,565. We still have many hours to go. There's a chance we could aim to move lower. If we move low, we could hit the 20, try to use it as support and bounce and break this area. But if we don't, we can fall, and we know where we can fall to, right? That's 786 at 9,087, right? Henry, how's it going, man? Bearish day? Not really, man. We don't have any technicals to point out bearish. And as you can tell, we've actually managed to go slightly higher than we did yesterday. And actually looking good on the daily, right? Look at this. This was yesterday. This is today, man. I wouldn't call this bearish, right? We're going up, man. We're not really strong bullish. I think we're just facing indecision, right? Here we had a bearish engulfing candle, right? Slightly longer body, right, than this candle. So it's engulfing it. And it's a bearish candle because it's red, right? It's a negative sentiment. But we did hit support, right? And then we bounced, and then we hit resistance that we talked about, right? 9,565. And right now we're hitting that resistance again, and we're rejecting it. So I'm not too confident yet if we're going to get above this area. Maybe my entry will be if we get above 9,565 and we manage to hold it. And maybe I'm not going to go in at 9,530. So I'm going to leave a little money on the table, but then I'll know I'm going to be better because 9,530 right now is still below the resistance, or the resistance that we have at 9,565. And I really don't want to see me open a position just to get rejected at 9,565 and then just go down, right, and start crashing. So again, the most we could move down first would be here, the 20, right? That would be at 9,088, and then below that we have immediate support at 9,084, right? So those are areas that we could hold support and then try to rally again. You know, we could be ranging. We talked about ranges yesterday, right? At least not for Bitcoin, but we did for Ethereum on the request of someone. I can't remember if someone requested ranges yesterday, and we talked about them. And I said, look, if Bitcoin doesn't go crazy, we could be ranging in this area. Yeah. Look, I'm not bearish, but I'm not over bullish right now, right? I'm waiting to see what the market's gonna do, and that's why I've just been playing it for the past like couple of days. And I've been telling you guys, look, the market is undecided. We don't know precisely where we're gonna go. We could start to get tightness, like I said, right? High, low. We could make a higher low, and then start making a symmetrical triangle, and then wait for it to break, right? And we could start trading sideways in this area, and maybe have a good fight for this area before the market decides whether or not it wants to dump or increase. Right now, I do believe we're starting losing probably some of that bullish sentiment that we had from the halving event, but yet to be determined, right? Miners will start to sell their Bitcoin to make up for the loss of money that they have. The loss of income that they have because they're not mining the same quantity. So there's a chance that if they start to flood the market with Bitcoin, the price could go down, right? Therefore, like, there are fundamentals that could point to a bearish scenario, but right now we're not seeing that yet, right? We're waiting for something to happen. Fox News keeps talking about China-US relations. Yes, we determined a while back, I think it was still last year, then when Bitcoin, when there were talks about recession, Bitcoin didn't perform as a safe haven asset. But when there were talks about trade war, Bitcoin did perform and managed to hold. The stock markets took a downturn, and Bitcoin and gold managed to hold and slightly go higher. But when recession talks hit, Bitcoin and stocks both tanked, right? That's what we've determined last time. It's only the first time. Again, Bitcoin has really not been tried during a recession as a store of value. It has never been able to hold because it was created during the last recession, right? 2008, 2009. So again, on those time frames, Bitcoin wasn't around. Right now it's around. It's just been around for 10 years. It's not as old as gold, but this recession will certainly set up a precedent as to how Bitcoin can hold as a store of value. And if it manages to hold as a store of value, we could have a lot more bullish people coming in Bitcoin and maybe trying to take a better position of this asset because their sentiment will be there, right? And many people might still want to be here, right? So again, fuck, man, I forgot to send that on Twitter that I'm live. There we go. I'm live. So again, right, that's something that I'm looking at. Now, if you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that bell, and that sub, right? I know you guys are subbed, but there's some people in here, so just in case they haven't subbed yet. That's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the market right now, right? I know there's some stuff that's bearish. I know there's stuff that could be bullish long term, particularly if Bitcoin manages to hold, right? Again, a lot of the stocks went down. Bitcoin went down with them at first when coronavirus panic started to happen. But then on, Bitcoin managed to rally still, right? Even from March 12th, it has recovered 100% and bounced back down a little bit. But still, if you would have bought at March levels, you would have made 100% of your money already, right? And that's not me just talking BS, right? We can zoom out. And I'll take a measure from here, from the low. Supposing you bought at that level and you get out here. Look at that, 107%, right? So Bitcoin did recover, right? That would imply you would have sold up here. If I take a more realistic measure, let's say you probably didn't get here, but maybe you got out here, and you probably are where it's at right now. You still would have been 95% up on Bitcoin, right? So we moved down, we hit the 20, we managed to reject it to move higher price to we didn't reach higher prices, but we rejected it to seeking higher prices and we failed. There could be a chance that we move down, hit the 20 again, and then test it and see if we manage to go higher or not. If we don't, we could be looking at lower prices. If we do manage to hold the 20 and bounce from it, we could certainly be trying to aiming at least this same height, 9,720, 9,809, or this previous height at 10,000, right? So again, those could be potential targets. But that would depend on us hitting the 20 or at least the 786, right, at 9,087, and try to bounce from there. So that's it for Bitcoin, I guess. I'm going to move on to Ethereum. If you guys have any assets you want me to look at, let me know. We won't talk about gold and silver today. The markets are stopped for gold and silver, so there's not movements from yesterday. And the stock market's also stopped. And, well, you know, oil's also stopped. And Bitcoin futures on the CME are also all frozen until Monday. So we'll just talk about crypto. So if you guys want to talk about anything crypto, let me know. Ethereum dominance, what's happening? Yesterday it gained dominance, 1.92. Today's losing 0.63. Sitting at 9.68% of market cap. The price of Ethereum at $200. $200 and $201.73. Where are we at? Rejecting the 20, man, on the daily. Not what we want to see. Getting tightness off the Bollinger Bands, but not too tight yet. Losing that negative momentum and neutral on their side, 54.34. We don't have anything to trace. Like I told whoever asked yesterday, I can't remember, man, but someone asked where we can range. I said yes, we can range from here to here, right? The 618 to the 50, or at least the 618 to 193. So someone asked range for the weekend. That's the range, right? That's 210, I do believe, up here. 213, sorry, 213.25 to that 193.56, right? That's the area we're looking for, and we're there. So you know, I've not moved much. Did perform better than Bitcoin yesterday, right? Look at the red candle. Look how much we came up. Look at Bitcoin, how much it gained. It didn't gain that much, right? Yesterday it was kind of a weak day for Bitcoin. Today it's gaining a little bit more. Maybe getting about halfway through the candle, which is not that bad. And on Ethereum, as you can tell, we definitely did recover better. And right now we're almost trying to get over to 100% of the candle. So much better right now. Fox News, talk about China. Okay, I already read that one. Ethereum 2.0 loading. Yeah, Ethereum 2.0, it is a catalyst for potential higher prices on Ethereum, right? We talked about that. There's going to be demand. There's going to be people that are going to have 32 Ethereums on their wallets, so they can be part of the new process of proof of stake. And that is potentially what could bring this price still higher, right? Now, Bitcoin already has its halving event, had its major event. If Ethereum goes higher, would it be good enough? That's a good question, man. I know no one posted it. I was just thinking about it. We already know that Bitcoin had its event. Would Ethereum having its 2.0 event be a bullish enough sentiment on the market for it to hold and maybe keep the prices not just Ethereum, but other cryptos, and maybe lead a bull run towards June, right? Food for thought. Think about that, right? It could be a chance that Ethereum could potentially hold and maybe gain value towards June, and that could keep the crypto market alive, or at least with some interest, until Bitcoin 2.0 goes live, and then we figure out what happens, right? Again, just think about that. Anyways, let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, what's happening? We're moving down, hit the 20, we're trying to bounce, we hit the 20 again, broke below it slightly, we're trying to get higher. That's all good, right? No problem there. Getting tightness off the Bollinger Bands, that's good. We're losing that volatility. We could start a range from this area, right? 204 to even 195. That would be potential targets right now of ranging, so long as we don't go ballistics and, expand over the Bollinger Bands. And, we know when volatility leaves the market, we get explosive movements. Now, we haven't squeezed as much as we did back here. But again, we can start a range on this area and keep on tightening the Bollinger Bands. And then, start a range in a smaller area until we just, explode. And no one knows when that's going to happen. And we don't know where it's going to go, right? It could go either way. The volatility is not an indicator of price action, upside or downside. So we got to wait. Now high, lower, high, positive, less positive, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI. Nothing going on. Neutral at 57.93. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, man, did this not play out, man? I was worried about this yesterday, right? It was 10 p.m. I said, look, we're developing divergence. Just keep on tracking. Obviously, we kind of annihilated it, right? We were making positive momentum, and I usually tell you guys to keep on watching that momentum as you can keep on building, right? So again, it went higher, we went higher, and it didn't play out, and that's fine. That's why you keep on watching the market, and we set up our trades, right? So again, it went higher, that's fine. Now from here to here, we did create bearish divergence, strong, right? And I'm just gonna make sure this is on the 1 hour chart. There we go. And here to here, we're going lower, right? So higher high on the price, less positive momentum, and slightly lower on the RSI, 59.51, 59.04. Look, if you don't want to call this a downwards motion on the RSI, which it is technically, you could just say they're going even, and you would just have weak divergence. But we don't. We have strong divergence, and it would be congruent with the MACD. And we moved down from there. Now we're trying to rally, failing to get higher high than the previous high, but we're making very little positive momentum. We're also lower on the RSI, so we don't have anything going on there. I would have liked for this to go slightly higher. Higher than this, right? And then we could have had maybe more bearish divergence and potentially break down farther. Right now we don't. We're done. We just had a psych moment below the 20. We were below the 20 for like 3 candles, right? So and then we managed to get above it again, probably because Bitcoin went a little bit bullish, and it pumped the market with it. Now we don't have anything on the top. We don't have anything on the bottom, right? Negative, less negative momentum, low to higher low, low on the RSI to higher point. No negative momentum. No bearish divergence, no bullish divergence, no bearish divergence, right? That's it. Waiting for this to keep on playing out. Potential regular market motion. Tightness starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands. That's about it for Ethereum. Let's move on to XRP. What is happening with XRP on the daily for dominance? Yesterday it lost dominance, 0.32. Today still losing 0.65. Sitting at 3.43% of market cap. Right, very, very painful to see XRP sitting so low for it being the 3rd largest crypto asset, right? We want to see it usually better. Right now, certainly underperforming, and shame to see XRP that low on market cap. Now, what's happening with the price of XRP? Still within the range. What range? The one we talked about, right? Look, yesterday we opened here. We're trying to move higher. We didn't quite reach that 20 cent area at 20.339. We probably did hit higher than 20 cents. We did get to 20 cents, 20.21 cents. Right now we're moving low. We're sitting at 20.07 cents. Not too bad. Above the 20%, yesterday we did manage to close below that. And we know that round numbers are psychological resistance. We're really not that far from it. Today, it would seem that we're just making very, very tiny wicks on this. And let me just expand this so we can see this a little bit better. It is at 21,292. Settings at 21,292. Just to give it where we had it, right? All right, cool. So we're getting this motion, right, that we're trying to go higher. We haven't quite gotten to that 20.339 area. We might try to test it again, see if we break. Still undetermined. We'll figure it out probably on the short time scales. Below the 20, nowhere close to 20. Neutral on the RSI at 48.50. Less negative momentum. That's about it. Nothing developing, right? Nothing else. Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, again, we're bearish, right? Action to the downside. This kind of moved down while we were live, I think, or after we were live. Either it was that or I was tracking this, and we kind of lost it, right? Anyways. Moving down. We move down. That was fine. Running on, we hit this area, right? Support, try to bounce, but rejecting at the 20 on the 4 hours, right? We're sitting there in resistance. We rejected at the 20 here as well. We rejected at 20, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We really need to get above that 20. Otherwise, we could potentially be targeting again that 19.758 area or even lower, 19.440. Starting to make positive momentum, which is the only positive that we have. Let's see. Low, higher, low, negative, less negative. Low on the RSI, higher on the RSI, nothing bullish. Even short term, low, higher, negative, less negative, low on the RSI, higher, nothing bullish. Again, following Bitcoin motion. Neutral on the RSI at 50.78. And again, sitting around the 20. So let's see what happens for XRP. So let's go to the 1 hour. Again, this divergence that we were looking for, it did play out, right? Unlike Ethereum, right? As you can tell, like, look at where this sat. It was floating, right? Because when we were live, we were there. But then, you know, for some reason, we kind of lost some of that positive momentum. It makes no sense. Because this is still a very large green bar. Maybe pulled back to here. If we do it, seem to have a gapage. No, we did gap a little bit up to the downside, but that's fine, I guess. Alrighty, so again, I'll just adjust to here. Adjust again, right, to here. And adjust this to here. And we still have that hidden bearish. Down, we moved, hit the 20, managed to hold it a little bit, failed to go higher than the previous high, and thus we crashed again below the 20. Rallied nicely. We rejected 1, 2, 3 times. Finally managed to get above that 20. From then on, you know, we're still above that 20, which is good. So there's potential we could try to still go higher. Low, higher, low, negative, less negative, low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Nothing bearish. At least not on, sorry, nothing bullish. Let's look for bearish stuff. I do believe we might have some bearish stuff. And it would be against the RSI. Very likely. So let me check this real quick. 55.27, 55.84. All right. So yes, we're definitely going slightly higher, right? And we're coming in. Sorry, no, it's not bearish. I was gonna say we were gonna have a hidden bearish, but no, we do have. Right, hidden bearish divergence. Right, we're going from a low point to a higher point on the RSI, and then price going from a high to a lower high. So yeah, definitely we're having hidden bearish divergence, potential action to the downside. Probably why we're seeing this movement here, these 2 red candles, but not enough to move us to a 20. There's a chance we could still come to a 20 and hit it as try to test it as support. And if we fail, you know, look for lower prices. But if we manage to hold it, we're getting tightness of the Bollinger Band. So if we manage to hold it, there's a chance we could potentially pump to the upside, right? And then maybe head for that 20.33 cent area. Who knows? That's about it right now. Nothing else happening, right? That's it for XRP. Let's move on to Litecoin, I guess. Yesterday, gaining 0.24%. Today, losing 0.44%. Sitting at 1.10% of market cap. The price of Litecoin at $43.67. What are we doing from yesterday? Nothing, right? Starting to climb as well. Trying to recover this previous candle. Again, recovering a little bit better than Bitcoin. I did forget to look at that on XRP. We're recovering just about Bitcoin, right? A little bit better, but not as good as Ethereum. Litecoin seems like it wants to go a little bit higher, but who knows yet. Neutral on the RSI at 47.99. Less negative momentum. Again, not much to call on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we had this bearish divergence. Moved down, right? Boom, below 20. Trying to get above the 20. Finally getting up to above the 20 on this one candle that we're at right now. Neutral on the RSI at 54.45. Positive momentum starting to build. Now, if we manage to go higher than this area, right, than this previous high, we're not going to be making more positive momentum. It's going to be unlikely, right? Unless we make a very long candle. But right now, it would create some strong bearish divergence, and then a chance that we could probably move down. But right now, we don't have that. We're just looking for those potentials. Again, a lot of tightness on the Bollinger Bands. It has been ranging for a while. So the chances that we could have violent move are high, right? Probably going to wait for Bitcoin before it makes that violent move. But that's about it. Nothing developing here. So let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, what happened? We managed to go higher, and we did go higher here and higher here, right? So we kind of lost that hidden divergence that we were looking for, and that's fine. It really don't matter. We still managed to move down, right? Because Bitcoin probably moved down. Hit the 20, tried to bounce, then broke below. That's about it. Now, low, higher, low, negative, less negative, low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Do we have divergence now? Yeah, no. No, we don't. We're going slightly higher than this previous high. Look at where we're at here in the positive momentum. If I went to go from here to here, we're going from high to low, right? And now where we could potentially, no, even if I go from here to here, we're going from low to high, low to more positive momentum, right? So no divergence happening on Litecoin. Again, it's just probably going to have regular market fluctuation up and down slightly until we create some divergence and maybe determine what we're going to do. But right now we don't have it. On to Binance. Yesterday gaining 1.23% market cap. Today losing 0.81, sitting at 0.97% market cap. Again, shame that it has lost. Sorry about that, man. There's a mosquito. I caught it and I let it go. Damn. I think it already bit me. Shame that we lost the 1%, but sitting at 0.97% market cap. Binance at $16.13. What's happening? Getting that bullish, right? Move up. Rejecting the 20 on the daily, right? Still higher than the previous high again. Less negative momentum. Higher on the RSI. Neutral at 50.30. Not a lot happening. Again, sorry guys. I told you it might be a slow weekend. And I was hoping it was going to be a slow weekend. Bearish divergence, moving down, now moving up. Again, low, higher, low, negative, less negative. Even from here to here, right? Low, higher, low, negative, less negative. And higher on the RSI every time. Lower on the RSI every time on the top. And we're not even making positive momentum. So again, everything's good. Someone's near the loot on Satoshi Quest. Just got an alert. $37 of Bitcoin to win. Awesome, bro. That is really, really cool. I hope someone gets that. And you can start a new cycle on Satoshi Quest. I know there's people that are streaming it. And I do hope that it starts to bring more attention onto Satoshi Quest for people to start playing. And hopefully it could help to drive more adoption of Bitcoin. And I'm really, really, like, I do believe it's really cool that what you're doing. And I'm really glad that someone's close to winning. So that's pretty sweet, man. Neutral on the RSI, 52.15. Let's go to the 1 hour. Again, we were looking for this bearish, right? Look how much higher we went, right? So, let me get rid of this. We'll get rid of this because we kind of lost that hidden bearish that we were looking for, and that's fine. Hidden bearish is not as strong a divergence as like weak, medium, or strong, so it has chances that it might not play out, but it can build up and add up, and then you could potentially end up breaking down. Now, do we have something here? Yes, from here to here, right? We're going from a high to a lower point on the RSI, and we're going from a high point on the price to even a higher point. Again, creating some of that strong bearish divergence. From then on, we broke down, right? But here we went higher, so nothing there. We would have it on a very short time scale. That would be from here to here, and it would be from here to here, right? So we could trace this, I guess, and say, well, look, this is from the MACD, and this is from the RSI. Again, strong bearish divergence both, breaking down. Now, did we go that high? And again, no, we're still lower. So even if we would have gotten to this point, we probably would not have made that much positive momentum. And we would have created divergence. Now, do we have something here going on? I do believe we do, man. So from here to here, we're going less, right? From high to a lower high point, right? And we're going from positive to more positive. So we're creating hidden bearish. Again, and probably why we're moving down. We hit the 20, are bouncing, that's good. But again, not a lot happening, right? If we lose it, if we manage to hold the 20, we could try to look for higher prices. But right now, it just looks like we're gonna move sideways a little bit. I hope I'm wrong. I hope after I finish the stream, as it usually happens, something goes insane and then we get a crazy pump. But right now, it just seems like we might just hold the 20, try to pump a little bit maybe. I hope we don't lose it. And neutral on the RSI at 56.11, right? That's about it. So you guys want me to look at something, let me know. Otherwise, I think that's going to be a stream for tonight, guys. Really. So let me know if you want to look at a particular asset, and we'll check it out. I do have DVT open here. I'm not sure if it's going to let me put... I know you're into that one, Bitcoin Jake, so I'll look at that. Yes, it's going to let me put some of the indicators in there. And it might even let me play with the time scale. That's good. All right, so what's happening? It's sitting at 0.51. Again, very slow day for trading. My position still has not been fulfilled. I did put it at 4.30. I'm not sure. It's going to, yeah, holding strong at 5 sats. I wanted to get in at 4.3, man. I missed out that opportunity. I set up my trade later on. I think it was around 4.4, 4.5. And it has not gone down to that area. But what I can tell you is that we're making a sort of... Alright, for some reason this is popping up here. That's good, I guess. Look, I'll move this over here to the side. Make this... I wish I could make this chart bigger. If I do it to make it fill the screen, you guys are really not... I don't have it to where I'm sharing 100% of my screen, so you're not going to get a good view. What I can tell you here, though, I'll adjust this to there. I do believe here you could see most of the stuff I have here. I'm not sure how small or how large these things are going to be, but let's do this, right? Look, right? You can see that from here. We're making a sort of triangle. Why is my indicator? What? Where did my toolbar go, man? I hate using it here, man, because it moves everything, man. I wanted to do. I think I moved my toolbar by accident. I'm gonna have to reload. It'll load up everything the way it was. So let me go real quick. Bitcoin and Spotify ads, man. Alright, so we're looking at DVT, right? And it didn't load my toolbar here. Awkward. I hate that I cannot see this 100%, man. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I think I have to have it that size, so I'm not sure if you guys can see the RSI there. I'll set up the indicators. Alright. So what was I talking about, right? Let's do this, man. Right, that's what I'm talking about, right? So that's on the top, and on the bottom would be something like that. I'm not pinpointing it again. I'll try to get as close as I can, though. But it would seem that we're within a symmetrical triangle. We wouldn't have to snap and go somewhere, right? If I make crazy Bitcoin with longs, I'm gonna get more DVT. Yeah, man, you can add on to that. You can probably own half of the supply very quickly. Again, I'm looking at this, right? Long term, triangle structure, symmetrical, break to the upside or downside. It's either way. That's about it for this, right? So I'm gonna. This is on the 1 hour, by the way. So we could be getting by this point by, it says the 18th. So maybe tomorrow we could be getting to a breakout area. I'm trying to look short term. High, lower high. So again, why we move down, right? High to lower high. Right. Going higher on that relative strength to get to a lower point, right? That's part of the reason that we're moving down. Now, will we have it here? Let's see. Dude, it's not loading data, so it's hard for me to tell. I do believe we're also going from a high to low, so we wouldn't have it on the other side. I'm just going to leave it there. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Awesome. Alrighty. So that's it on the 1 hour, right? On the 4 hours, what do we have? And again, all this stuff is going to come over. I knew it. Because I'm not anchoring, and I don't care because this chart by tomorrow is going to be reloaded again, and it's not going to be saved. So for me, right now, it's no point in anchoring. High to low, high, lower high. And then we don't have anything here, right? So let's see this. Less negative momentum, so from more negative momentum to less. So we don't have anything here that's bullish. Short term on the 4 hours. I'm going to go on to the daily. On the daily, we're making positive momentum, right? And I hate that the fact that these bars are so tiny, man. It doesn't let me make them thicker, right? Histogram, that's as thick as I can get it. It just sucks, man. But again, we are going slightly higher and making more positive momentum. And right now, until today, it would seem, right, that we could go from here to here, again, slightly higher. Instead of that, we could be moving slightly lower here on the RSI and create some kind of bearish divergence, but that's about it. Bought at 69.03 on the RSI, right? So that's all I'm willing to call on this right now. I could expect maybe some action to the downside. We do have that bearish indicator. If it is to play out, there's the chance that the triangle could break to the downside. It seems that we have been on the triangle, right, that we have here from the 1 hour, that we've been more close to the bottom than to the tops, right? if I were to look at this on on the 1 hour, on the daily chart, this triangle wouldn't exist, right? It would be going from week to week, and that's fine. But if I was going to the bodies, it would be looking more like a rising wedge, and that is usually bearish, right? There we go. Rising wedge. Let me anchor this better. There we go. Potential bearish pattern that breaks the downside. That's what I'm looking at for DBT, right? Now, it might play out, or might not play out. It's one of those slow cap altcoins, and it could go nuts, right? It's so easily to be swayed by someone just coming in and buying 30 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks of this, 200 bucks of this. I think Bitcoin Jake probably bought 1 million of this with like $500, $600 maybe tops, depending on when he bought, if he bought highs or lows. But again, the supply out there I think is like 7 million right now, and Bitcoin Jake will established yesterday that he already owns 14.5% of the supply, so almost 15%. If he decided to dump that on the market, he could crash the price. So again, highly susceptible to price movements on people buying and selling. And again, that's why when I'm looking at this, I'm not so worried about like the technicals, because the technicals are there, right? But I don't believe there's going to be a lot of bot volume being traded. It's going to be more people trading this, and chances are someone can come in, buy, and raise the price, even though we have a rising wedge and a bearish sentiment, right? But that'll be it. Again, it's very low market cap. That's cool. Where's it at? Let's see, to the upside, next positions, right? It's very little, man. Again, this is probably like at 5.4, we're probably talking about 40 bucks. Someone trying to buy 40 bucks of this. Sorry, 20 bucks of this. This is probably 60, sorry, 20, 30, 40, 10, right? Around that area. So again, not a lot of, the positions are not that big, but they can go high real quick. And as you can tell, we do have more demand as it keeps on growing, right, to the 6.3 area. And then to the downside, we do have a little bit closer, right, to the 4.5. So again, we do have a lot. My position will be somewhere around here. So we are closer, or we have more demand. There are people willing to buy lower, and more people are willing to sell much higher. So there's a chance we could still manage to go a little bit higher and meet up somewhere, right, up there, and maybe people will start changing their positions. He's long hodling, waiting for more exchanges. Yes, man, I would agree with you, man. There's 10 million now on the sell market. All right, cool. So Bitcoin Jake now owns 10% of this. Again, I guess that's gonna be it, man. We've been live almost for an hour. I don't think there's anything else we could look at right now, because no one has come up with any requests. So thank you, Bitcoin Jake, for being here and being a mod, bro. Much appreciated. Henrico, thank you for being here, man. And Troy, thank you for being here, man. Also, you guys are amazing, guys. Thank you for showing up to the stream on a Saturday night. You guys are troopers. I really appreciate when you guys show up to the stream. It just makes the flow so much better when I know there's people here that are looking at this, right? I'll be here tomorrow for another edition of State of Crypto. We'll just do technicals again. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This is State of Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It has been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight on this awesome Saturday night. If you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that bell, that sub. Talk about crypto to your friends, to your family, and to your coworkers. And let them know that we are here. Talk about crypto to your friends. If you're part of a crypto community and you want to let them know about this awesome channel, let them know that we are here. Maybe you can help us grow the channel, right? I'm really looking for growth. We got really stagnant at around at like 190 people, man. I was floating at 190 subs for like, I think it seemed like the longest time, man. Like a couple months, 2 or 3 months, 4 months, maybe even 5. But like around 175 to like 190, below the 200 area, we're still like forever. And recently, we just got a really nice growth spur of people joining us, and it's so good that you guys decided to be a part of this channel. I'm really grateful for that. Again, thank you guys for joining us. This is State of Crypto, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition at 10 p.m. Central. Until then.